Till now we have completed about pure substances, mixtures and different types of mixtures. But we have not go through pure substances classification. You know, we have divided mixtures into homogeneous, heterogeneous. In that we have so many definitions. But now come to the part of pure substances. You know, pure substances are also classified into two types. What are they? Compounds and elements. Compounds and elements. We will see in detail what is compound, what is element. See, compound. So compounds are nothing but they are pure substances, but they can be separated only by means of a chemical reaction. You cannot separate by using a physical process. Physical process means hand picking, waving, sieving, filtration. All these are physical methods. But a compound can be separated only by means of a chemical reaction. See, for example, we have a copper sulfate solution. You know the solution, copper sulfate solution is in which color? Blue color. It is also called blue vitriol. Okay. See the diagram here. We have a beaker and taking a copper sulfate solution. See the color here, blue color. Yes. Now I am taking a iron strip. Iron strip. A fresh iron strip is in the form of, in the color silvery color. It is having appearance, shiny appearance. Now place a iron strip in copper sulfate solution. Just observe it for some time. After some time you can observe that is there any color in the solution? No, the solution becomes colorless. Why? What happens to the solution? The iron strip, we know iron is reactive, more reactive than copper. So that it displaces, see, iron more reactive than copper. It displaces copper from copper sulfate solution and occupies its place. This is called displacement reaction. See, iron gets separated. See, what you have to observe here is, sir, how you are saying only copper is gets separated? We know the color of copper is brown color, but copper sulfate color is blue color. See here, the blue color solution, but after reaction we got a colorless. The iron strip is coated with a copper, brown color. It is a brown colored layer. That is nothing but copper. So we call this copper sulfate as a compound, and we have divided it by means of a chemical reaction. So such substances which can be divided into two or more by using only chemical process, chemical reactions. That method is called compound. Okay, are you able to understand? Now comes to the concept of elements. See, elements role. It is very important to know about elements. From ancient civilization onwards, elements play important role in the development of civilization. Our ancient people used some of the elements for hunting like that. Okay, iron, lead, copper, almost all. See, iron, lead, copper, they played very important role in the development of civilization. Later, the very important to know about some scientists who tried so much hard work, who did so much hard work to discover new elements. Even Newton also tried to discover new elements. Okay, and in the time of Henrik Brand, you know what he has done? He boiled urine to discover phosphorus. He boiled urine to discover phosphorus in 1669. In 1669. Of course, later in the 18th century, new technologies were developed, and we have different techniques to isolate different types of elements by using different chemical methods and some chemical reactions. And Sir Humphrey Davy, who is that? Sir Humphrey Davy. He was the most successful person to discover most of the elements like sodium, magnesium, boron, almost all them. Okay, and you know one thing, it is the Lavoisier. Who is that? Lavoisier, Antony Lavoisier. He did a great contribution to the chemistry, and he is also called father of modern chemistry. Father of modern chemistry. Why? He did so much contribution towards the chemistry, and he gave law of conservation of mass also, and he was the first one to give a perfect definition for element. What is that definition? A basic form of matter. A basic form of matter that cannot be broken down into simpler forms by any chemical reaction. A basic form of matter which cannot be broken down by using any chemical reaction, that is nothing but the element. The definition is given by Anthony Lavoisier. Okay, in this way, so many scientists kept their efforts to discover new elements like that. So till now we have 118 elements in our periodic table. 118. Almost 90% of the elements are available in nature, in earth crust. Some of the elements are discovered in laboratories like that. About those we are going to learn in next other classes. Okay, good.